This right here is the Keyport Pivot 2.0, and I will have to say it's probably one of my favorite EDC items of the year so far, and actually I would have to say it's probably my most used item. So in this video I'm going to be telling you what I didn't like about this item, what I do like about the item, and hopefully by the end of this video it'll help you decide whether this is going to be right for you or not. Full disclosure, Keyport did send this to me for my honest YouTube review. However, they do not get to preview it before it gets published. I'm not getting paid by them. However, I do get to keep it. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm Desy Cheng, and I post 1 to 2 times per week, and I primarily focus on bags and gear related to travel, EDC everyday carry, as well as photography. First, let's get into the basics. The the Pivot 2.0 by itself retails for $29 US, and then from there, that's like kind of like the base. You can kind of add on different things. Okay, so next let's talk about what I didn't like about the tool. So overall, I mean, it's pretty good, and the few things that I didn't like about it, I mean, they're not really huge issues. The first thing is that it doesn't have like an indent. I know on the Ridge wallet version of the little key organizer, it's got a little indent, and I kind of liked it because then you can kind of like, you know, push to kind of get your keys out. This is not too bad because you just kind of have to like, you know, push it right here in order to kind of get the keys out. Not as big of a deal, but it was just a little bit easier with the Ridge wallet version of this kind of thing. The second thing I didn't like about it was actually the Mocha tool. So the Mocha tool, I mean, overall it's cool because it's got like 10 different things in one, and this was kind of advertised as kind of like a box cutter, but however, when I used it, I mean, it worked. However, using a standard knife is just way easier compared to this. And the final thing I just didn't like about it, or I feel like can be improved, was I wish it was a toolless thing to kind of get these modules out, because let's say if I wanted to remove the faceplate, I actually have to kind of like move everything kind of over, and then I have to use this kind of tool, which they did give me. It's cheap. I mean, it's just a couple bucks, but I mean, you can use just a regular pin instead of this if you didn't have this tool. But you got to kind of have to kind of, you know, find that little spot, press it down, and then slide it forward at the same time to kind of remove that faceplate or this module. So it's not like a toolless design. So I wish I didn't need this item or a pin or anything like that. I wish it was just like a clip or something where I can just kind of press it just to kind of release it. And now let's get into everything that I do like about it. So the first thing I like about it is that it's modular, meaning that I can, you know, if you only had one key, it could be just one key. And if you just only had one key, it does come with some spacers, just like so you can kind of fill it out. And then you can totally stack things on top of each other. You can make like a Swiss Army knife and add different tools and knives and other things onto it. You could add different tools on the inside. There's just so many different things that you could do with it. It's kind of almost like endless. The next thing that I liked about it was just it kind of kept my keys organized. So instead of like, you know, dangling keys all the way around and trying fiddling and funneling, you know, I just know that my keys are going to be right here, and the 3 that I normally kind of use, and I just kind of have to flip it out, you know, one at a time. So that's, you know, the main thing I like about it, just to kind of keep my keys organized. And the next thing I really like about it is that I literally keep my keys with me literally all the time. It's kind of like my phone. I just have my keys wherever I go. And with that, you know, wherever I go, I have a multi-tool with me. You know, I do have like a standard Leatherman that I bring around with me, but I don't bring around everywhere. It kind of remains in my backpack. So only wherever I take my backpack places will I be taking my multi-tool. However, with this one, I'll be taking it literally everywhere I go because it's always going to be in my pocket. Same thing with a flashlight. Like I do have a small EDC flashlight, which I kind of carry in my backpack. But again, I'm not carrying a backpack everywhere I go. So this is kind of cool just to have, you know, it's got this, you know, small low light, it's a highlight, and it's got this panel light. So 3 different light modes that you can kind of toggle through within this light, and it is USB powered. You just got to charge it. So that's really cool. The next thing I like about it is that it's got an ID tag on the back plate right here. So if you did ever lose your keys, you just have to, number one, make sure that you register it. But you just, if whoever did find it, they can kind of go to that website, enter in that ID, and then that will kind of ping you, you know, something like that. So that's kind of a cool feature where it's got a little ID tag associated with this. Another feature that they have, but this you have to purchase this in addition, is this kind of business card ID tag. So you can kind of hook this, you know, in here, and you got your essentially your digital business card with you wherever you go. If you need to give your contact information to someone, you just kind of like whip this out, have them scan it with their phone, the QR code, and boom, your information is saved into the phone. So let's wrap this video up. You're wondering if you should buy one of these for yourself or not, or as a gift. I honestly think that this is a cool and unique little item. And it's out of all the things that I've received and used, this is probably by far one of the most used, because literally it lives with my keys and I use it literally every day. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this review. And if you did, please like and subscribe. And definitely don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Desy31.